Hello, everybody. It is, okay, I'm a couple minutes late, but you would not believe the day I've had today. I'm going to move my camera over to the center. First off, I got up and faked a workout. I faked it. Because I was so excited. I was driving to Niagara Falls to see the one and only Dr. Bob Bailey. Had a lovely meeting with him, lunch, visit. Anyway, then I went and did flyball class. Now we're here live with you. And it's Ask Me Anything night. So I have got a question for you, and feel free to be as honest as you can be. And so, and I understand this is a question that might make you feel a little bit vulnerable, but we're amongst friends here. So here we go. Here's my question. I would like you to share one limiting belief that you have that is holding you back from either even training or success in your training. What is the one thing, one limiting belief that you have about yourself? And welcome. First time here, welcome. And let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from, and if you have a dog, tell me about your dog too, especially if it's involved with your limiting belief. So what is your one limiting belief? The biggest one. If you have one that you really feel holds you back, we've got some questions that people have asked. Tonight is the last night for anyone to join our online classrooms. And so we have a lot of questions about that. We'll get to that later. Okay, I think this is one of the biggest ones, Shaman. Time. I feel like I spend too much time watching videos and reading and not enough time actually doing the training. And it's kind of, experience and training, it's a curve, but there's a steep learning curve where you have to spend a lot of time learning, videoing your mechanics. So that's a brilliant, brilliant observation though. Hi, Robin. Oh, this is a good one. Emma, I'm not a good enough trainer. And that judgment paralyzes people from actually even throwing their hat in the ring. So if you get a chance, Google I think it's called somebody help me on this, the arena or the man in the arena. That's what it's called. Google that poem. It's amazing. It will make you realize just taking a chance and stepping up and saying, I believe that I can do this is huge. It takes so much effort that so few people do it. For example, of all the people who've shared, watched my lives over the course of this week, well, we've had the big birthday celebration and all of our classrooms open. Perfect opportunity to join one of our classrooms. Probably, I don't know, 10,000 people have watched. That's a very conservative guess, because sometimes we get 30 to 40,000 people over the course of a week that watch our videos. And of those 10,000 people, I'd be willing to bet that less than 1% will say, I'm good enough. I deserve this. I can do this. So it is a huge, huge one. That's a great one. Janice says, I don't have enough experience as a trainer for this 10-month-old Aussie. So that's another one. The challenge my dogs are facing I'm faced with right now, I'm not good enough for that. But guess what? Everybody feels that way about themselves and their dogs. There's somebody that could do this better. But I'm pretty confident in life. We are sent dogs for a reason. We intentionally are sent dogs, and they are sent to us for a reason. And most of the time, it's to ascend to a different version of who we are today, to ascend to work. And that ascension often comes with a little bit of challenges that you have to break through. Okay, Same thing. I'm not good enough. It's exactly the same thing. That limiting belief is a glass ceiling, and glass is meant to be broke. Here's one. Sarah wrote, I noticed this one today. I believe my dog is never going to be able to be calm in a high distraction environment. I believe I'm unable to train him to be comfortable doing nothing. So that is so any belief, you've got to ask yourself, is this true? And your subconscious, there's a voice in your head that will say, damn right it's true. Yeah. Now, so then the next question, because that nagging little voice is going to tell you to don't dream big. So it's going to tell you, yeah, that's true. So then the next question you've got to say, if that wasn't true, what else could be true? And so that's where you're going to say, has there ever been a time that I've seen my dog calm in a low distraction environment? Okay, then that's the picture I'm going to carry. I'm going to carry that calm picture into the next environment with a distraction of 1 instead of 101. So, is that true? If that wasn't true, what else could be true? Sydney says, Huskies are notoriously difficult to train. A small part of me doubts my abilities to overcome the stereotype, but we just got our CGC. Congratulations. Well done. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's just the first step. Our dogs will, I would say, rarely, if ever, surpass the expectations we have of them. So if you expect your terrier is going to be aggressive, there's a very good chance your terrier is going to be aggressive. Confirmation bias will have that. If you expect that Huskies are unable to do whatever it is you really would like to do, hike off leash, do the sport of agility, then it's very likely that that's going to be the truth. Every human being has got limiting beliefs about themselves. You just have to be willing. And a big part of those limiting beliefs are based on what other people think. What would other people think if they saw me try and I didn't succeed? Well, wouldn't that make me a loser? And if I'm a loser, wouldn't that make me unlovable? And people wouldn't want to be around me because who wants to be around a loser? And that's the way your brain, your subconscious spirals you down. It wants to keep you safe, taking a chance to say, damn it, my husky's going to be a great, you fill in the blank dog. My husky's going to be a great agility dog. My husky's going to be a great obedience dog. My husky's going to be a great therapy dog. And it's going to light up the faces of all these people that are in hospitals. So you have to be willing to say, that ceiling, I know it's glass. And I know that I've just created these stories in my head. What's a better story? What's a better story? Well, it might be if I was with the right peer group, I could do great things. That might be the right story. This is such a common one. I just feel I'm not good enough. And so, is it true? And if it's not true, what could be true? Think about, have you ever trained a dog to do anything? The answer is no. Well, that's brilliant. You are a clean slate. And if you would be brave and become that man or woman in the arena and join one of our programs, you will be a success story. I can say that confidently because the vast majority of the people who join our programs do become success stories. They become the hero. Well, actually, they don't become the hero of their lives. They become the guide of their lives, and their dogs become the hero. That's the way the story unfolds. But it has to start with you feeling that you're not good enough. You have to start there, because then you can examine, Okay, if that wasn't true, what could be true? The truth could be, I just don't know enough to be good. All right. So then what's the next step? The next step is find a mentor that I resonate with. I mean, I dropped everything today because I heard my mentor, Dr. Bob Bailey, he's 86 years old, him and his late wife, Marion, Dr. Marion Bailey, who is a graduate student of B.F. Skinner. I learned so much from them in the 90s and the 2000s and continue to, if I ever get stumped, I can pick up the phone and talk to Bob. And I heard they were in Montreal, in Niagara Falls, because they were doing something at the Smithsonian Institute in Akron, Ohio, which they're honoring Bob and Mary and putting an entire wing. Well, sorry about that little noise there. Putting an entire wing in honor of the work that they did. It's going to be amazing. So they just they were so close. They said they have to see Niagara Falls. And then I heard they were that close. They were going to come to Canada and actually have lunch with me. And then Bob said, oh my gosh, I was sure I had my passport because I said, we're that close. We should go visit Susan. And he forgot his passport. So I said, Bob, I'm going to drop everything today and I'm going to go down and I'm going to see you. So me feeling not good enough led me to the greatest mentors I could have ever had. So Bob is 86 years old now, and this is a great guy to spend time with. So that's a great feeling to have because you now can question that belief, and it can take you to a different place. I just can't do it because he's too much. He's 22 months old, and he's constantly over the top. All right, and sometimes the answer isn't as simple as just training the dog. There's a number of things, like my girl, Vissy, who, I don't know if you can see. Let me just take my banner off right now. There, she's back there. Oops, there we go. So she was a dog who I was challenged by for a long time. And the answer wasn't obvious to me, but I just kept saying, if that wasn't true, what else could be true? Okay, I'm going to read more of your limiting beliefs, but I want to give away some prizes right now. So I'm going to give away 4 prizes from last week. So I have 2 share prizes, which I'm going to give away a prize at the end of today. So if you would like to win a share prize, and the share prize today is going to be a tug toy from the great people at For My Merles. So, I mean, every tug toy I pick up is from For My Merles. So it's got bungee. I love bungee. It's got fleece. It's got some sort of ball on the end. That's a tug toy from For My Merles. So all you have to do is share this training video with your friends in social media. Can be Facebook, can be Instagram, can be wherever. And just share that Susan's live. Come join us. Come on back here. Put in the comments that you shared. And then by the end of tonight, we will make a draw and give away a tug toy. But for now, I am going to give away 4 prizes, and not just tug toys. Let me share what I'm going to give away. First of all, a ZenTech cooling mat, and it's a dog bed that is made of special, it was designed for Nassau, fiber that actually can cool the dog. And the winner of the ZenTech mat is Tracy Johnson. Congratulations. You're going to contact our team at wag@dogsthat.com to find out how you can get your prize. And our other share winner from last week is Therese Weiner. And you get a For My Merles tug toy, Therese. So congratulations to you. Now, we have gem winners. So last week during the live, we were talking about beliefs. And so I said, like, I'm going to pick 2 winners because you guys had such great answers. So the first one is from Lisa Kellogg Wright. And this was Lisa's gem from the live. This is how I feel when this happens. Is there another approach we can take? This is a great approach, not only when you have conflicting approaches in dog training all around you, It's the one you could use in any situation where you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable with the environment, is what Lisa's talking about. So, Lisa, you are our first gem winner. And Lisa, you're going to win a ZenTech cooling mat. And then our second winner, oh, I got to take that off. Hold on. Our second winner is Caitlin Blomberg, and Caitlin's gem. Not only does your dog need psychological safety to be successful and thrive, we also need the same psychological safety to achieve the same success. We can't be the best for our dogs if we aren't at our best. I've been realizing over these last sessions that my own insecurities and uncertainty is what's holding my puppy back, and I holding my puppy and I back the most. I will definitely be taking up the journaling, not only about my relationship with my dog, but about my life in general. So much good stuff in these talks. Thank you, Susan and the SAS team. Okay, so congratulations, Caitlin. Caitlin, you're going to win a Resolve topper that Visi and Momentum are currently reclining on. So you can use that on the climbs, or you can use it on just a regular bed. You can put it in, I've actually put them in my kennels too. So congratulations. I'm going to take that off my screen. Okay, so tonight is about just layers of games and how they win. Yes, anybody who's won, contact us at wagatdogset.com. All right, I've got 2 cameras on the go because we will be doing some dog training. But in the meantime, I have broke things down into, we have pet dog training, and you may have a dog that you're just raising to be a therapy dog or an amazing family dog that you can take hiking or whatever it is that you like to do. So I would like you to put it in the comments if you have a puppy that is going to be primarily primarily your family pet dog, or a puppy that's going to be your family pet dog, and additionally, you would kind of have this inkling you'd love to have it to be an agility dog as well. Or do you have an adult dog? Now, you notice you might have an adult dog that is a rescue dog, or adult dog with behavior concerns, or adult dog that needs other attention. Maybe they're just, they've been getting into trouble, or they haven't had enough interaction and enrichment from you, so you're looking for something to do with that dog. Now, or I put on the other side, agility dog, because I believe if you have a dog that has behavioral problems, yes, getting into agility could help you, but I would get a leg up on the dog's focus and attention and engagement with you before. So leave a comment, adult, pet, puppy that will be my companion dog. Show dog, Therese is working. Is it a puppy or an adult show dog? Guardian dog, puppy currently, and maybe agility down the road. That's a great goal. I see service dog. The amount of energy, he could be an agility dog. All right, so let's keep it out there. That's a possibility. Adult family dog, fix that reactivity, wishing to move to therapy dog, and canicross. Okay, I love these goals. Farm dog with our horses. I have a puppy and an adult. Hoping for obedience. So I see a lot of puppy. I'm hoping for agility. Adult with behavior concerns. Okay, so as I mentioned, at midnight tonight, all of our classrooms that we currently have registration open, and a lot of them are at seriously discounted investments for you. So they're all open, and I just wanted tonight I'm going to answer some questions, but we're also going to share you what some of the layers of learning look like. So think about the skills that would make a great family pet. And I'm going to get, Kim, can you write on the board for me? So you can just pull that other board up under family pet. You know what, you can even bring it around here for me. We're just going to write what are some of the skills that would make a great family pet? All right, so write in the comments for me, what do you think are like the most important, 3 most important things or 5 most important things? So bring it over this way. There we go. To be able to relax on their own. So if you just want to write great family pet, relax. A recall, that's a biggie. So calmness, recall. So immediate response to commands. This is a good one. Walking on a loose leash. Robust recall, robust. So hold position. So an off switch is another way of saying calm so that they can have fun and then they can chill. Ability to greet others, other people and other animals. So, I think ability to greet people, possibly. I don't think dogs need to be able to meet other dogs. And they don't really even need to be able to meet people. They just need to not, or, ideally that they can be around other people. There's a lot of dogs that they love their people and other people they don't really care about. But depending on the breed, that might be a goal, and that's great. Like if you have a doodle or a golden retriever or a lot of dogs that are, they're just really, they're the Walmart greeters of the dog breeds, then yeah, but if you have like a toy poodle, they're really loyal to their people. And they don't necessarily want to go on and meet other people. Some of them do, but my border collies, they love people. They don't really care about the dogs. All right. So a lot of the common things, listening skills, general manners for your family pet. So not jumping up on people. I think this is a great one that people forget. Good connection with you. A lot of people saying calmness, so that's good because you're considering your dog's emotions. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to show you some layers that go into, I would say for me, like focus. Did anyone say focus there, Kim? Let's add that focus, because with focus, everything else is easy. If you have a family pet that's like, there's a squirrel, there's some leaves, there's water, I see Freddy, and you want them to walk with you, then, and I guess Kathleen said focus, that could be it. So recall and stop. Stop would be good. Lie down, or if they're away from you. So we'll get Kim to demonstrate some of these things. I saw you doing something like that. The hard one is getting them to stop on their way back. Why do you need to stop on the way back? Because sometimes danger gets between you and your dog. I'm not going to tell the story because it's a sad one, but accidents happen to dogs. And if say you think your dog's beside you and they wandered off and they're on the other side of the street and you see a car coming, lie down, sit, or you call them and then you realize there's a car coming and then you just, stop there, lie down, whatever it is. So they could be in the middle of recall. Will they listen and, do as you ask? This is a good one, house trained. So potty in appropriate spots. And another good one, able to coexist with other animals in the house. A chinchilla and reptiles. Shaman, I think I would like to have a look inside your house because that sounds fascinating. Um, so some really, really good ones. All right, so we're going to talk about the layers that go into that. So there's, and it doesn't matter. For me, all of our program we put in with games. So why games? Because games allow, yeah, self-regulation is a biggie. Because games create focus. Games create engagement. And what happens when you don't have the cookies there? Or what happens when the dog's number one thing is a toy, and then when the toy comes out, that's all they can focus on. So I'm going to get Kim to come out, and let's just, you got a nice big area right there. And you can just come out and warm her up a little bit, Kim, and bring another bed for her maybe. I'm going to get the camera set up. And while Kim's going to be doing some work to show some layers. First, she's going to show what we really want is value for being at your side. So that's going to be the first thing she's going to show. Oh, I turned my camera off instead of switching it to the other camera. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this around so we can see Kim. Yeah, you can warm her up. So just do some side and close coming into position, static position without moving. So having a dog that has value for being there, then do you have a leash handy? Yeah. And so then if you wanted to put your leash on, once there's value there, we're working up to, this is great family pet, but guys, this is also what makes an amazing agility dog. Is because when there's value for you, then they're more likely to drive into position when you need them to. Okay, so now let's just do a loose leash walking. Okay. So Belief is looking at her, but she doesn't have to. All right, do you have a toy now? So she's just walking and there's value for staying in position. Okay, so grab a toy now. We're going to do something more formal. What about if there's a distraction and she wants, like, will you come out of position because you have something that I want? So just dangle it out in front. And if you're just doing loose leash walking and the dog wants to sniff, they can sniff. So loose leash walking, a distraction, you still need to stay in reinforcement zone. And now you can tell her she can have it. Good. Now take the leash off. Border Collie's naughty. Can you go hop it up, please, man? You can get a thing. All right. And you can do some off-leash stuff now. Hop it up with your toy. So now we want to do some agility. We want the dog to stay with you. And if you turn, they turn. So here's some other layers. Okay, now let's have her just, throw the toy and retrieve. Let's do some retrieves and then ask her to stop on the way out to a retrieve. This is can we get our dog to stop on their way out? Now, all of what I'm showing you are things that are for a family pet, but also the layers that make a great agility dog. So making a dog that retrieves, like is that a necessity of being a great family pet? No, but it allows you to have these amazing games with your dog. Oh, can't see it, but it's in there. Okay. Okay, just try it again. So Belief is she 16 months old yet? That's a little bit too close. That's okay, but you could back up a little bit. So I cannot see it there. So she made one, didn't respond to. So she made one mistake. So now we're just going to make it easier. You're just going to put it just in front and just you stand between you and the toy there. Now just say break. She's like, I know what that means. So we're going to break this down and say we need to work through this. Good. Now tell her get it. Good. Let's do a longer distance now. This is a really good thing for family pet, not barking after somebody enters the house. And then go a longer distance. Come closer to the toy, make it really tempting. So she's got a head of steam right there. Nice. Good. She's going to bring it to me. I train her too. Okay, so it's important to know what to do when you're training with reinforcement and the dog doesn't listen, because we don't do corrections. We don't, it's just, as it says on my shirt, behavior is communication. So let's try another one where you toss it out and you just stand back with her and release her. Good. There. So just remind her of the things, the layers that she knows. She's a puppy. She's still learning. She's allowed to make mistakes. All right. So what you just saw was part of our recallers program. Just part of the recallers program. All right. Now let's see, just right where you are. Come a little closer, Kim. And can you just sit on the floor and get her to relax? Now she's just all jacked up with the toy. Maybe do some relaxation there. Uh-oh, we're getting help. Tater Salad, you were doing something. Come here. You were up here. He says, I would like a turn. You could have a turn maybe later. All right, so now it's just, you've just been all jacked up, and now we need you to just relax. There we go. Because relaxation is a big part of being able to self-regulate. And when you're excited. Question, how do you get over a frustration barrier when trying to introduce distractions? My puppy gets frustrated very quickly when challenged and tends to nip me when she goes over threshold. Well, what is it? How much clarity does the puppy have with what you're asking them to do? Because if they're frustrated, then potentially what you think they have a very good grasp of is a behavior that they really are confused by. Okay. So how do you course correct in training without changing criteria of the exercise? Because everything is done in a layer. So the understanding of reinforcement zone says now we can move into loose leash walking. And the understanding of loose leash walking says now we can move. And that's like agility with running with my dog by my side. So everything, there's so many layers in what we've shared with you that is why it's just so easy to have success. Because, and that's why I say, join our program tonight. You'll be a success story by the end of the program. Why can I say that with so much certainty? Because thousands and thousands of people have. And because the layers of each game interactively, they interact with each other and they grow on each other. And if there's a problem, that you think, well, I thought my dog had this, but now here I am at the park and my dog isn't doing it. You go back and say, what is the foundational layer of this game that I'm trying? And let me just remind them of that layer. So this is what we did. You just saw when there was a game we did. You can put her up, and now try the wow game with tater salad, cold turkey. See what we get. Now, Tater Salad hasn't been formally trained in this game for quite a while, but you can get to see the layers, right? That's what's important. Why do I keep turning the camera off? I apologize for that. Tater's like, really? I get to be the demo dog? Bring her over here. Belief can hang with me in a chair. There we go. Yeah, it's Tater time. It's time for the bulldog.
Big. Hop.
Good girl. All right, so what if a dog is not is not aroused for a tug toy? Well, I don't, some dogs are born aroused for tug toys, but some they have to be taught. So but you're going to do the wow game. So just pick one. He loves.
Just saying.
Yeah, Tater Salad, if he had his choice, would never be trained with a tug toy. Yeah, his preference, like if you just give him a tug toy now, let him see what he would do. So number one, you can train a dog to love a tug toy. Number two, if you don't want to train, you can do everything I just showed you with food. It's just harder. It's more difficult because dogs do love to tug. Tater Salad, the bulldog cross, yeah, he came to us. Tugging wasn't a big deal for him. Food was a big deal for him. All right, so we'll see. I don't know if you guys can see. There's an audience here. We've got a couple really good dogs, and we've got that are staying on the bed, and we've got a couple that want to be closer to the action. There's a retrieve. Men, can you get in a habitat so you're not intimidating him? Move back further away, and so with a dog like Tater, do some flying hand touches. Get him a little more aroused. Flying hand touches. He'll do that. There we go. Let's get him more excited. You want a dog to tug? You got to get them more excited and tug. There we go. There we go. All right, now let's do a wow game. Now we got the dog that I like. Tell him he can have it. There's the infamous, I must roll on my toy before I bring it back to you. Let's have some hearts for Tater Salad. Come on, let's have some hearts for Tater Salad. Thanks, Kim. Okay, so for those of you that may not know Tater Salad's story, he was a rescue dog who came to us at 15 months old, who had, she's sitting in your chair.
She's got no chair.
She's sitting with the other mommy, the Umi. So Tater Salad destroyed furniture. 3 couches, patio furniture, anything that was left within reach, couldn't be walked on a leash, pulled on a leash. If he got a thing he liked, it was keep away time, and you could not get it back from him. He had no respect for other dogs, just ran over top of them. And he couldn't be, I could go on. And now, does he love tugging? No, but you can get him to love tugging. You saw the difference in the level of tugging when I had Kim do a few other games that I know he loves. Then to the self-control you're running towards the squirrel, Tater. I said, sit. That's the things that our games bring to you and your dog, which is why I say you will have success. You will have success. You have to believe, number one, Is the self-limiting belief something you want to break through? Do you want to believe you are good enough? Do you want to believe that you can make the time? Because games take literally 10 seconds a day. Do you want to believe that your husky can do everything Tater Salad just demonstrated? If you do, join one of our programs. If you want the most amazing family pet you've ever had, Recallers is the place to start. If you are concerned that Recallers is too much of an investment right now, well, then Homeschool the Dog and Wag Nation combo would be a better place to start. If you just happened on this Facebook Live and you saw the bulldog and said, what's this chick doing? You've never heard of us or our program? An investment like Recallers might be a little overwhelming, but she might need to go out. But so Homeschool the Dog would be the place to start, right? And if you know you want to ascend to agility, that, you know what, my dog has got a lot of that things that you've already talked about, then agility, Handling 360 is where you start. And the greatest thing of all, guys, you do it in your own home. You do all these things. It's all online. It's a custom built online classroom that we have a team of 25 people that work to put all this together for our students. And we have another 10 coaches that coach you in these classrooms. And so you get to do it on your timetable and on your dog's timetable. So you work shifts, you can do it in the morning, or you could do it at night. That's the joy of working in an online environment. Never tried an online environment before, or worse yet, you've tried it and it left a bad taste in your mouth. Every one of our program comes with a guarantee. If you get in there and say, okay, this is amazing, but my car just broke down, you just contact us. We give you all your money back. So every course has a guaranteed period. You try the program and you decide, can you do something with either take her outside or put her back on her bed? Thank you. Okay. I'm going to read some of your questions now. So we talked about don't have enough time. Will a dog with a few teeth still tug? It depends on how much drive they have to tug. You don't have to have a dog with tug to go in it, to have success in any one of our classrooms. However, I think dogs like to tug. Some dogs or some people are like, yeah, it's just too much work and I just want to do the other things. You can, and depending on what your challenge is, we might say it's worth the investment of your time. I think it's a worth investment because it makes all dogs love it eventually. But can a dog with a few teeth still tug? I mean, my older dogs, they always had most of their teeth, but they all could still tug. How long do you have access to the program? It depends on the program. So like Homeschool the Dog is a 4-month program. And so that's why it's a smaller investment. Recallers is an entire year. And then after a year, you can become an alumni, which a lot of people do because they just like staying in the community. Because a big part of keeping your mindset, keeping your dog training up is being around like-minded people. And so people keep coming back to Homeschool the Dog, to Recallers or Handling 360 year after year. And we always tweak and add something new to the programs each year. My dog guards even when other dogs or me don't want her stuff. She's very nervous. How can I let her stress less? So, I mean, there's just so many reasons why dogs may have anxiety. So I can't kind of diagnose things over a video without seeing a video. But I can tell you, it can be a lack of exercise. It can be the nutrition, the food that you're giving her. It can be you haven't taught her how to relax. It can be a number of things. How to get the dog to stop partway with a toy. That is listening to my words. That's what it is. And that's what agility is about. You might want to run into a tunnel, but if I say do the weed poles, then you better turn. But I think it's important for all family pets because that's what saves lives. We have had, I can't tell you, numerous students whose dogs were almost hit by a car, or several whose dogs were almost bit by rattlesnakes. Quick sit or quick head flick recall. Do you use flirt poles? We don't teach people to use flirt poles. I know a lot of people like to use flirt poles, but we get a lot of students that are either in electronic chairs or they have had hip replacements, that they're just not as mobile. So, am I opposed to using flirt poles? I'm not, provided it's a progressive, strategic lesson plan with that flirt pole. It's not just a lure to tire the dog out. There's so many good things that can be done with a flirt pole. Absolutely. Can a person switch from homeschool the dog to recallers? Yes, because homeschool the dog is 4 months, and after 4 months, people are like, yeah, I need more of these games. Homeschool the dog is 12 games, recallers is 41. Well, there's actually more in there, but I'm rounding down. Okay. What's in RC?
Recolors.
Oh, I'm in recallers. I thought it was running contacts.
Oh.
That's my agility in me. I'm in recallers. My puppy turns back to me, then does the cued behavior, then won't drive to the toy. What layer do I miss? Just more value for a toy. Post that video in recallers. You know we got your back on that. We'll fix that one. How do you raise arousal level in a dog that's not tug or food motivated? I waited until she's hungry, but that only happens twice a day and lasts about a minute of intensity. So I think that a lot of it is knowing, like journaling, when that dog does get excited. Does she get excited when you come home? After a bath is a good time, and start building that into something like a hand touch that I did with, got Kim to do with Tater Salad. That it's layers. That it's using the food that she's excited for in your training rather than just giving it to her in a bowl. Okay, homeschool the dog is 4 months. How do I teach my dog to stop destroying toys? Well, some dogs, they self-regulate by destroying. Tater Salad certainly did. So you can examine, is there anxiety in my dog's life? Can I create a healthier way for the dog to self-soothe? I like to give my dogs toilet paper rolls with stuff with cookies inside for them to shred, and they shred them to bits. And so, yeah, the caveat with that is then they love to shred paper. But guess what? They don't shred their toys. So I'd rather they shred paper. How do I get my dog to stop chasing my ferret? That is a loaded question. How do you get your dog to live in your world with the distractions? They need structure. So it starts with training. And I hate the word training because it makes it sound like work. It makes it sound like militant. No, it's engagement. It's interaction with you. It's you become the focus and the ferret becomes white noise. But that's going to happen in layers. And meanwhile, you can't allow that rehearsal of chasing the ferret, because otherwise you're going to end up yelling at the dog. Yelling at the dog is blaming the dog because you didn't join recallers and have this great relationship where you could just talk to your dog and he would do as you asked. Okay, I'm being a bit funny there, but I mean it. That in the absence of understanding and an absence of investment in the skill, you have to yell at the dog. How else are you going to get them to stop chasing your ferret, right? Yes. The dog's name is Tater Salad. Yes.
Somebody would buy a T-shirt if it had Tater's face and said Tater Time.
Tater time. Tater is always got the cameos on the lives.
Oh,
I think I did this one,
one,
and I think I did that one too.
that I missed.
Can I do Agility Nation and still go to agility classes? Yes, absolutely. But what's going to happen is your teachers at some point going to say, "What have you been doing?" Because your dog's just so much better and focused and brilliant. So they are going to notice, "What are you doing?" I want the agility bundle. I only have a small yard. Would it work? Let me tell you, you will be able to get through for sure 3 of the classrooms, depending on how small. I mean, if it's the size of your bathroom, then maybe not. But you don't need. My success in agility is because I don't practice agility where I need the skills. I practice agility in my house. I practice agility in small areas so that I create focus and drive and focus for the line. I create all that away from agility, because what people do is they bring their dog who doesn't have the love for working with them or the love for or the focus for doing things with them. They bring them to agility equipment, and now you're trying to put them over a jump, and they're looking at things, wanting to chase other dogs, and you're building all that into their agility skills. So then you're chasing that dog around the agility ring for the next 3 or 4 years instead of just doing recallers, getting great focus for you, focus for work, then going in handling 360, having that dog that you're building on those layers in your backyard. Listen, you go to agility class once a week, that's fantastic. But you need to practice these skills every single day. And so we give you the lesson plans that you can do that. Okay. A lot of the behavior problems that you are seeing they can't be addressed. But I will tell you, does your dog know how to relax? Like Kim demonstrated with belief. You work, you completely zone out. That is in our programs. Do you have an exercise protocol for your dog? So maybe you can take them for long walks, but maybe you can just do fitness in your living room. That is in our programs. Do you have a structured, layered way to educate your dog that is a process that the dog says, "Can we have more? I want to do more of that thing." Do you have that? Because if you don't have that, then anxiety must go somewhere. Dogs don't internalize it as well as humans do. So humans, that's what causes our illness. Dogs can't internalize it. They don't internalize it as well. Therefore, their anxiety gets expressed as reactivity, as destroying things. So yeah, I can't promise you that all your dog's behavior problems are going to go away if you join recallers. But I can promise you that we see a lot of behavior problems that get so much better because of recallers. All right. My dog was lure trained. Do I need totally start over with training to eliminate the lure? Well, any training, anytime people start in any of our programs, like for example, we get people who have never done agility in their life and they join Handling 360. And so it's easy for them to just start at the beginning. But we also get people who've won medals at world championships who say, you're the best dog trainer in the world, and I would like to learn the dog training of Handling 360. Will it benefit me? And I give every one of them the same answer. I say, it will benefit you if you can let go of what you know as truth today. If you can start at the beginning as a beginner, because people who come through our program through Handling 360 as a beginner with no preconceived ideas of what to do next. They just do the lesson plans. They get brilliant success. If you're willing to do that, and so far, anybody who's had that conversation with me, they have been willing to do that. So, do you need to start over? You don't need to, but you'll have much better success. Absolutely. You'll catch up. If your dog is already, really well trained, you'll catch up very, very fast. Do my dogs, Susan Garrett's dogs, have access to chew toys? They have access, free access. So we have toys all over our home. I mean, right now there's, I don't know, I can count a half a dozen toys within eyesight right now. We have access. Do any of our dogs chew? Probably the puppy would if we let her. There's, yeah, chew the toys. And so, but we provide them with bones to chew. And so if we see them chewing, we will swap out an appropriate item to chew. And if we saw that, like I think most puppies at some point will want to chew toys. And so then we'll be more conscientious about picking up toys around the house when we have a puppy around. But now, do any of our dogs chew? There's toys all over. I have toy bags. I have a bag in the kitchen with dog toys. It's a bane of the cleaning lady's existence because the dogs spread them all over. We have and the bag is empty. And then there's another one there's like a wicker basket in my office. So yeah. How do I test leaving my dog uncrated? Will you leave the house? Podcast episode number 200. We'll give you that one. Kimberly says, I only have carpeted basement to practice agility with some equipment, a couple of jumps, weaves, and a miniature teeter-totter. I'm debating joining Handling 360 now, potentially bundling with Agility Nation. I'm also doing recallers, but I'm only through roughly half the games, debating to join now or to wait. Kimberly, contact the team because they know your work. And so we won't overwhelm you. So I'm not going to tell you, yes, like go ahead and do it, but just drop us a line at wag@dogs.com and somebody will get back to you. If in doubt, you can join tonight, get in there, look around, and then contact us tomorrow and say, yeah, this was a bit much for me. So I'm just putting it on the back burner for another, till this opportunity comes around again, which I don't know when that's going to happen. Okay. LJ, in recallers, you're never alone. There's a huge supportive community to lift you up and help you succeed with awesome coaches. And that's true with all of our programs. Not one of our programs are you just going to be wondering what's next. There's the video, there's downloadable PDFs, and there's coaches that will say, show me a video, post your video, let me look at it. Okay. I just saw that. 4-month-old puppy started barking for attention, especially when I cook or make food for him. What's the best way to handle this? So again, plenty of exercise, plenty of enrichment, plenty of engagement. So do you have enrichment toys like Nina Aldelson's? Is that her? I say her name? Games like there are different times. Dogs go through fear periods. So your puppy might be going through a fear period. But if they truly are barking for attention, then you shouldn't be giving them that attention. We need to intentionally grow our dog's ability to self-regulate so that they can do this away from us. And so that we're doing do like 2 or 3 recaller games and then have them, put them up in an X pen. And so there'll be something in that X pen that they can play with if they choose or chew on if they choose, but they're learning to self-regulate. How do I remember all the podcast numbers? I honestly don't, Mary. Shugal does. So anybody who knows Sharon Steele on the team, we call her Shugal because she knows absolutely every word I've said in every one of those 223 podcast episodes. I know the big ones. And then when I'm recording a podcast, I confidently say the number and my team dubs in the right number. So if you'll watch my lips move, I rarely get it right. But tonight I did. I do know that one because that was a really important one to me. Would homeschool the dog be appropriate for helping my puppy like the car? Amy, I would get the bundle tonight because, yes, the program will show you how to transfer value. And then in WAG Nation, there's tricks that will help your dog be conditioned to like the car or your puppy. Now, I'm going to put an asterisk beside that and say the puppy might just be going through a phase where they get car sick. So it might not have anything to do with dog training at all. But I'm telling you that everything everything else will help that puppy learn to be to trust and be more confident in what you're doing with them. And going in the car when they feel like it makes them get sick is not good. It looks like you're losing weight. I hope you're well. I hope I don't look sick. I am 100% well. I just have intentionally hired a nutritionist to help me because, you get to an age and it gets harder. But thank you for saying that. Looking for more. If you guys go to the to our page right now, where all of our programs are open, you can there's a video there that will help you decide which program is for you. There's also a live chat in the bottom where you can talk to one of our coaches and they will help you make that decision. Okay, so if there's any more questions, oh, phew, I don't look sick. Woo! Here's one. I don't have a dog yet. Should I join now or wait? The absolute. This is gold. If you know you're getting a new puppy or you're getting a dog in the next few months, even join the program, watch each video, download, and ideally you can even go to a local rescue and say, I'd like to engage with some of your puppies. And so then you get to learn the games and you're helping out these guys that are in shelters have a little bit more love in their life. Like it's a win-win. And so that's what I would do if I know I'm getting a new dog or a new puppy. So it's a great time because then you're learning because here's the secret to dog training. Number one, dogs appear more brilliant the better your mechanics become. So you have to understand what you're doing, have great instruction so that you know when to put your hand and where to put the food and when to put the food. When you understand that's your mechanics. And so the more you can practice that away from your dog, the better you get when you try it on your dog. So absolutely, if you're in a position where you know you're getting a dog in the next month or 2 or 3, perfect time to join the program. Yes, I used to love going and doing seminars, and it's been a long time since I've done a seminar out in Winnipeg. I just rarely have the time, and I do miss teaching in person, but then the decision would be, who do I pick? Who do I pick to say, all right, I will teach for you? So unfortunately, I have to turn down most because I want to get a book written, and I love putting out podcasts. So, and I have all these online students that I have to help, make sure that their dogs have the best life ever. 10-month-old Palm just started barking at everyone on walks. Okay, reinforcement. How good is their reinforcement zone? How good are their hand touches? So right now, I would work through recollar games with that puppy at home in the backyard and then start introducing distractions slowly. I don't even do camps up here anymore, Mary. We do still have people coming in and doing workshops, but I just don't teach them anymore in person. And I'm not going to say I never will. I just taught in Australia this year because I do love teaching in person. I absolutely love it. Thank you. I want to say you're awesome and thank you for your podcasts. Thank you that you love the podcast. So hearts right back at you guys for appreciating all the work my team does to make those podcast episodes be amazing. 5-year-old shepherd seems sad and disengaged a lot of times. Number one thing I would say to that is, are we 100% sure the dog is not in pain? So before I give anybody training advice or behavior advice, if a dog is at an age where they shouldn't look sad or disengaged, but they are, is there some physical pain? And it could be physical pain you can't see, like my dog Missy and her gut problem. So that would be, and then is what games have you taught that dog? So that would be my next thing. Okay. Any other questions about, as I said at the beginning of this, there's a glass ceiling above everybody. And if you are watching this and you have aspirations for you and your dog to be in a better place, the next question I have for you is, what's your plan? How are you going to get there? Who's going to be in your corner saying you've got this and here's the next step? I would like it to be me. I would love if you've watched this video tonight, you've watched Kim training and you say, those are my people. It would be cool to hang out with them. And so if that is the vibe you got watching the training tonight, then become the woman or the man in the arena. Throw your hat in and say, I deserve this. My dogs deserve this. And I know with her coaching and her programs, we will have success. Go ahead and take a chance on you because I believe in you. And so I can have enough belief for both of us until you see the process, the program, you see the progress that you make in a week. In a week, take my challenge, join, and I know sorry, buddy, in a week you're going to see a change in you and your dog. Can you talk through how to start CER training for noise sensitivity? I would look at the Frida protocol, which is podcast 200. But also, if you just start at pedicure, please first to build CERs for triggers. That would be another good thing to do. When this was little, you had enrichment toys in the puppy pen. Where can I see them again? That's a Shugel question.
In the basement.
Kim said in the basement, dusting them off for the next puppy. Yeah, there's cue the dramatic music. They might be coming out sooner than later. Yes, thank you, Rebecca. There's a complete, so within Recallers is an amazing program, but every year, it seems, I write a new program and I just add it to Recallers. So Barkenstein's is a little course that teaches you how to work through barking. We have Teaching the Dog to Retrieve is another little course that's in there, and loose leash walking and head halter training and how to cut your dog's nails, get your dog to be relaxed. Pedicure Please is in there. Okay, Mary Mullet says, I am watching and thinking back to your very first online course, Susan Garrett. You are actualizing your original vision. So happy for you and grateful. I have been able to see this happen. Look at what you've done and how many are following on your online programs. back when I started, people told me it couldn't be done. Dog training had to be in person. And so I said, I'm going to take a chance, because guess what? I didn't know this then, but people who learn dog training in our online programs have more success than people doing it in person. I'm not telling you to stop your in-person classes, but here's the thing. When you were in my class, my in-person class, maybe you came once a week and you were rushing home and you're gulping down some fast food because you had to get to class, and your dog was like, I haven't seen you all day. What's going on? And you are like, I can't focus. And then I'm telling you, this is how you do this technical skill. You tell the dog to sit when they're on their way to the toy, and then but make sure you don't do these things. And you try to take it all in, and you get a lesson sheet, you go home, the lesson sheet gets stuffed somewhere for a few days. Finally, a couple days before you know you have to come back, you'll pull it out. What is that? I don't understand. I can't remember what that looks like. And that's why the people who came through online classes, did they progress? Yes, they did. But the online class, here's what happens. They can do it when they are at their educational best, when they're at their learning best. They might watch the videos, download the PDFs, and learn, and then they will maybe they take their phone to their training and pull up the classroom on the phone app. And then they can video what they do and compare it to the video of me. Oh, she was holding her hand that way. Okay, then they'll go back and they'll train a little bit more for maybe a minute or two, video it, and then they go back and rewatch it. Oh, I think I've got it. And then they're not quite sure, so they'll post that video into the classroom and go, is this right? And the coaches go, yeah, you got it. And then you move on to the next lesson. You watch and rewatch until you get it right. So I see, when I go out to, I know people who've been in recallers because of they have the same inflection in their words or in their celebrations. Good girly, like I do. They're like little mini Susan Garretts all over the planet right now, because they were able to immerse themselves in an online classroom. You couldn't get that coming once a week to class. Okay. I don't see any more. Do you have any more questions for me, Kim? The dogs have been so good.
Somebody's manifesting a Recolors app.
Somebody's manifesting a Recolors app. Someday. Very, very close, but not yet.
There's some here, but I don't know.
My dog is bigger. Here, wait, there's one that's an easy one. Candace said, I wish the Weave DVD was online. It's hard to review it in the moment. Candace, it's all in Agility Nation. So if you join Agility Nation, you can see the entire 2x2 progression. Plus, while you're in there, you can see videos that aren't even in the DVD. You can see troubleshooting. You can see the new approaches that we're doing to the 2x2. So, you can improve your seesaw or training running contact or do whatever thing, work on your mental game. There's so many things that you could do in Agility Nation. So it is available. Question, my dog's biggest trigger is birds. They are everywhere. Even looking outside, seeing birds are his trigger. Now, you guys, I don't know if you remember this video, but I'm just going to share. When you have triggers everywhere, it's hard, and it may even seem impossible. And I'm going to share, this is a video of one of our students who lives in Europe in a small town where there's feral cats everywhere. And so this is Jessie and her golden retriever, who was a massive, massive cat chaser. And so she couldn't walk anywhere. It was like the dog was pulling her arm out everywhere. That was why she joined Recallers. And she wrote in and said, I don't know that this can be fixed at this stage. The dog wasn't a puppy. And she just worked through it, worked through the games. So, whatever seems insurmountable, I'll never be able to do that. It's possible. That was working through recallers, and that's where Clara and Jesse ended up. So if it's birds, if it's your ferret, it's possible. It is possible. Do you cover training multiple dogs in the same home? Yes, we do talk about that. After agility run, my dog licks his front leg, has been checked fine. Could it be overexcitement? It could be. You could look at give him other options in there to self-regulate and make sure you're getting a really good cool down as well. Okay, guys, we are signing off. And remember, our whole registration closes down because my birthday was last week. As much as I'd like to keep celebrating, technically, I still have a couple. Yeah, I will. Thank you. I still have a couple birthday presents that haven't been delivered. So we're going to give away a prize, though, and that is going to be a tug toy from the good people at For My Merles. And the winner is, we're giving away 2. Is that 2 people?
Yeah.
So we're giving away 2 tug toys, apparently. Lucky. There's 2 names on there, isn't there?
Correct.
Okay.
That's what I got.
So Jody Best Jones, you're a winner. And Catherine CYC, contact the team. We're sending out tug toys. Thank you so much. So thank you, everybody. And I hope that you have now got enough trust in myself that you're going to join one of our programs. But if tonight isn't the night that that's going to happen for you, I want you to know you are good enough. You can break through that limiting belief you have, and your dog and you will be better off when you do. I'll see you next time. Have a good evening, everyone.